Let's return to Afghanistan, and the town of Sangin in Helmand has become infamous as far as British forces are concerned, not least because of the number of lives that have been lost there. Royal Marine Commando Captain Marty was last in the local district centre in 2005. Well, now he's gone back to Forward Operating Base Jackson to discover what changes there have been. This is his story.
My name's Captain Marty Adams. I'm one of the officers in the HQ here at 40 Commando, Bob Jackson, Sangin. Yeah, I was here in 2005 as a sergeant within the Mobile Air Operations team. But back then it was very different to how it is now. And basically we just moved in after the Paras had been here, having a very hard time fighting the insurgents. Well, I was here attached to the light infantry at the time, and they were basically here essentially just defending themselves. They weren't really pushing forward outside of this fob. So this is the FSG tower. We'll go in, we'll go to the top and have a look at the view from there. This is the last set of steps, and as it says here, 13 steps to the top. When the Paras were here before I arrived, they had a really rough time here. So as the highest part of the base, this rooftop was really important for the security of the whole area. But back in 2005, this rooftop has been bristling with guys on sentry. Obviously, not so many these days because the place is a lot more safe than it used to be. From up here, you can see 360 degrees of the whole of the Sangin area. 2005, I took a photograph from exactly the same place, and you can see from it how bare and undeveloped the whole place is, which in contrast to now, there's so much more infrastructure, security being provided, equipment, and a much larger and much more permanent presence. I also took a photograph from this view, and as you can see, there's not much there. There's just a couple of old derelict buildings and a small bridge. But nowadays we've got the Afghan police checkpoint and the crossing point, which provide security for everyone coming into the Sangin town. The Afghan police and the Afghan army in partnership with the ISAF forces. Years ago we would have had to run across this bridge in body armour and helmets, but these days we can just walk across on our way upstream to go for a swim. And finally we can have a look in this building, which we saw from the rooftop of the FSG tower on the other side of the river. It's ironic to think that this used to be the drug lord's house, but now it's the headquarters for the stabilisation team, responsible for bringing normality to this area. It's amazing to think that a few years ago you couldn't just walk up onto this roof like this because it was too dangerous, but nowadays you can because of the amount of security. And that progress is also mirrored in the fact that the local population can also live essentially a normal life in their own town, which is what all of us humans want to do at the end of the day.
Captain Marty Adams with his insight into the progress made in Sangin.